Okay, folks, a very good afternoon, good morning, good evening, hola. It's me, Shuggy Wuggy, live in the VR round table for our Sunday Pokeroo. And just give you a little update of what's been happening this week round the page. Not a lot, really. A new member this week, James Bourne. So welcome, James, to the page, the VR Roundtable. Don't forget, for everybody watching this, if you are watching live, we'd love to hear your comments. So just comment on the section below so we can say hello and click on the link StreamYard/Facebook. It just means that we can see who you are when you're commenting, because sometimes it comes up as Facebook user. What else has been happening around the page? Rose has put up a video of the birds singing with the guy with the guitar. Josephina has been putting her birds up as well. Also, well done to Thomas, that's Yuri, who put his picture up. He's got his prize for winning the Silver Rush Challenge that we had last year. And he says something to remind him of all the great friends that he meets around the world. And, for people that don't know what he won, we'll put it up right now. This is Yuri. And he won a lovely zip-up hoodie of VR Poker Roundtable Player. And that was his prize for winning the Silver Rush, who played very well. That is our Yuri, who was posting on the page. And, of course, we still got all the usual stuff going on the page with the flippity flops. You could bring back a singer. Who would it be? I think I chose Sasso and Ken Davis, where people were right, Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, Sammy Davis Jr. I wanted to hear Sasso and Ken Davis singing round the table again. What's the most useless talent you have? Mine's just farting through headsets. Lots of stuff going on in the page. So just keep updated and keep enjoying the page and what we do, trying to bring our poker community together. Facebook users wrote, "Good day." Don't know who that is because you never clicked the link StreamYard. Anyway, thank you very much. Last week we had Thunderbuster, who was on the Pokeroo. This week it's time to introduce my guest who we've got this week, and he's been round the tables for a wee while. In fact, I think he's been round longer than me, and we'll find out. Please welcome this week's Pokeroo guest. It's Danski. Hello, Danski.
Hello, hello.
How are you doing? You good?
Good. I'm doing actually really good.
Good. That stuff, right? That's good stuff I meant to say. Danski, we're just going to hit you with the same questions as we hit everyone else with. Nothing's going to jump out and shock you. So, first of all, tell everybody, where are you based? Where are you right now?
I am in Waco, Texas, right now. My family is in Homer City, Pennsylvania. That's where my house is at and where my family's from, or my wife's family's from. I'm a military brat. I lived everywhere.
Okay.
But I'm down here because I work in a power plant outside of Waco.
Now, forgive me because I'm from the UK. What is Waco and Wacko? Is there a difference?
Yeah. It's Waco is sometimes called Wacko, but it's Waco. It's famous for a few different things. Yeah.
Is that a different place than Wacko?
I would assume so. Yeah, Wacko would be completely different. Waco is just Waco. So
it's just
W-A-K-O.
Was that
or C-O. So I'm sorry. W-A-C-O.
Was there not a mass shooting there, or was that the other place I'm thinking on?
That was the Branch Davidians. They were just outside of Waco. They were a cult, and this was back in the 90s. Unfortunately, it ended terribly, and there's a lot of hard feelings from a lot of different people on a lot of different things.
Right.
But yes, that happened.
So that is the right
outside
place.
Of Waco.
It's just how here in the UK they called it Wacko, and I'm thinking, is that the same place? So yeah. So it's pretty famous for the wrong reasons as well.
Obviously. And it's actually turned around a lot. I mean, the city's a beautiful city. It's a great city. There was an HGTV show that really just blew it up, and they just it's just a really lovely place to be.
Yep.
I mean, it has its good areas and its bad areas, but
same as everywhere. And
how
long have you been there?
Since November. So it's only been a few months. No.
And where were you before that? So did you say you're in the military? Is that what you do right now?
No. My father was in the Army, and I grew up all over the world. But before I was here, I was actually in Ponca City, Oklahoma, at a power plant there.
Right. So you travel with your job?
No, not necessarily. Unfortunately, with COVID and all of what was going on, the plant that I was actually working at, it was part of a production facility, so it wasn't going out to the grid. And when they cut down their production, they didn't need people in the power plant. So I was like, time to find something a little bit more solid.
So what is it you actually do then? What is your job?
I'm a power plant operator. Basically, what I do is I check equipment, make sure everything's running. You do rounds, you check everything out, make sure everything is where it's supposed to be. Everything's running the way it's supposed to be. If something's not running right, then basically what you do is you call the control room, you let them know what's going on. You have to do lockout, tag outs, and things along those lines. But pretty much anything and everything in the plant. Yeah,
and how many days do you work? Is it 5, 7, or?
Well, I have what I call a modified DuPont schedule. And that's pretty much a standard in most power plants. And basically what that means is I work, let's say, 3 nights, and then I'm off for a day or two. Then I work 3 days, then I'm off for a couple of days. Then I work 4 nights, and then I'm off for a week, and then I work 4 days.
Okay. So there's quite a lot of downtime. So let's talk about your downtime. I'm more interested in your downtime than your uptime. And your downtime, what hobby? Leave poker aside. Do you do anything to spend the day out with poker?
Yes, I like to brew. So I make wine. I make mead. I make all sorts of different things. I like to cook. I
am brew. So, that's my brew.
This is a little bit of home from Pennsylvania. So it's Yingling beer. So one of my favorite beers.
So you do home brew? Do you do beers, wines? What else?
Wines, meads. I make orange and limoncello. I'll give you an example. This is limoncello. So what you do is you put it in the It's a lemon liqueur, basically. What you do is it's an Italian drink. It's meant for after lunch or after dinner, and you put it in the freezer and you serve it ice cold. So, and you make it with grain alcohol, sugar, the zests of lemons. You also have orange cello, which I also make, which is this.
Very nice.
Mm-hmm. And it will knock you on your butt.
Really? Oh, so as well as a producer, are you a consumer?
Yes, I more give it away than to friends and family more than anything else. But I do like making my own wine. To give you an example, I can probably show you like right over there on my table.
Okay.
I got some wines and some meads that have to go into secondary. And basically what that means, the secondary is when you do your initial fermentation, and you have what they call a lees. It's on the bottom. It's just all the dead yeast and all the other stuff that you just don't need. And you rack it, which means just move it from one container to another container, and you let it continue to fermentate and go from there.
And all the stuff at the bottom, is that not got loads of alcohol in it? Can you not eat it?
No. So, no. If you want to eat it, go for it. But
just think if you're a wee alcoholic down the street, he's looking for a beer, just give him some of that. Say, that's your dinner.
You give him a case of the poops.
Okay.
Not good.
So, any other hobbies? Oh, that probably take up a lot of your time.
I like to go shooting. I'm an enthusiast of firearms. So
you're not going to pull a gun out. You're not going to do a veto on me, are you?
I could. I mean,
oh my god! It's just here in the UK, we don't see guns. Not even our cops don't have guns. Let's see. So show me.
Oh,
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah.
That's a real gun.
That's a real gun.
Wow. You just don't see these things. That's amazing.
I know.
So do you go to a shooting range? Is that what you do?
Yes.
Or just, yeah.
Yes.
Okay. And is it targets? Is it moving targets?
Sometimes moving targets, mostly just stationary targets. Sometimes, depending if I was home, I go explosive targets. I mean, just it's all fun.
Have you ever went shooting for like game?
Yes,
game shooting.
I do hunt. Yes,
right.
I hunt deer.
Right, yeah. Have you ever? Oh, don't tell Cindy you hunt deer. She's a deer lover. I hunt.
So am I. So it's okay.
Yeah. I actually hunt haggis. I've started hunting haggis. Yeah, I'm a haggis hunter.
Yes, you are. Yes, and I've had haggis. So yeah.
Well, you know what I'm talking about.
Yes,
a very rare species. Right.
Mm.
The name to me, it sounds Russian. Tell us about the name.
Polish Hungarian. My mom's side's Italian. Well, she's 5'2". I'm 6'4". My dad's side is Polish Hungarian, and the original last name from Stakowski was Stakowski.
Right.
And it was changed when he went to Ellis Island, and my great grandfather, and that's how it is. So
wow. So there's Polish blood running through you. Have you ever been back to Poland?
No. That's actually one of the places I would love to go to and love to go see, and just never had the opportunity yet. My brother has been, but I haven't.
Well, don't go right now because they're on lockdown again. Seriously, there's a third wave of COVID hitting Central Europe. Poland's getting it, and France as well. I don't know who's wrote this. It says, "Yes, Shuggy, we all have real guns." It says Facebook user. I have no idea who that is. I'm getting scared doing this. I'm quite happy. I'm on the other side of the world from you, and you can't pull a gun out.
And I have a couple of rifles down here, but the bulk of my firearms are back in Pennsylvania. So I have an AK-47, I have an AR, I have all the fun stuff. So
wow. Yeah. What about a machine gun? You ever shot one of them?
Yes. Actually, the first gun I ever shot was a 50 cal on top of M1A1 Abrams tank. So
wow, that's just amazing. Well, you have said you were always in the military, or your father was in the military. Yeah. So he's took you all around the world. Where would you say that you can remember as one of the best places you've ever been?
I love Germany. Back in the early 80s, it was definitely just a beautiful country. Just so much to do. We went everywhere. We get on the Autobahn, go all the way up to Italy. I mean, it's just
150 miles an hour on the Autobahn. Yeah. Did you like the German sausage? I love German sausage.
I love German food. One of my favorite places to go was in Munich, and you had Hofbrauhaus. And
in München State ein Hofbrauhaus 1, 2, super. That's it.
And the best part is they actually started opening up different chains across the United States for Hofbrauhaus.
Yep.
And they follow the same purity laws for the beer. So everything is brewed on site. Everything is brewed to German specifications. And the food is just fantastic.
Yeah.
I've not been to the one by Miami, but I've been to the one in Pittsburgh.
Yeah. And it's just very authentic. In fact, the one I was in Miami, it wasn't busy. It was quiet. And I don't know if the Americans really get it, what they were doing.
Oh, yeah. I'll tell you what, there's a lot of people, especially where I come from in Pennsylvania. I mean, we love our beer. So, I mean, we have America's oldest brewery, which was Yuengling.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I thought it was
not North America's oldest beer, but yeah, it's America's oldest.
I thought it was Anheuser-Busch. I thought they were there.
No.
Oh, no. Right.
Beat them by a country mile.
All right. Okay. I'll take your word for that. Being Scottish, we're more whiskey than beer, you know. Scotch, as in Scotch whiskey. People don't. Ken Davis, Scotland is nowhere near London, okay? It's not in London. That's where whiskey came from. Scotchland. He keeps
Scotchland.
annoying me. Yeah. Right. So let's get to the poker, Danski.
All right.
First of all, what is it you play on? Is it the gear, the Go, the Rift? What is it you have?
The gear.
You play on the gear, right? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And that was one of the originals. So how long have you?
Yes.
How long have you been playing on the VR poker?
Pretty much since the beginning. I actually had a different identity when I first started. It was actually under the name of Praetorian, and I rode that one up pretty good. And then when I stopped for about a year and a half, basically because work, family, and everything else just caught up, and I just didn't have time to play. Then I came up with Danski and went from there.
Right. Okay. So tell us about VR poker way back at the start. I mean, how did it look? Because I think you're one of the originals actually that we've had on. Tell us how it looked.
It looked completely different. I mean, you have Dolores, and she was like twice the size of everybody else almost.
Oh, was she a big girl? Yeah,
was she was a big girl. Very, very square big girl. So,
sorry, I've just popped up. There's Yuri just saying hi, Danski and Chuggy. There's a photograph of him. Sorry. Right. So she was a big girl.
Yeah, she was. But I actually loved was you actually circling the world, and you see the continents and all that. But in the center, you used to play with the new guys, the new people who came in, and you'd always get them to believe, the stupidest crap, like. If they saw the shooting star going across, they'd get 50,000 in chips or something. Stupid.
That's cruel. I would never do anything like that. Yeah, I would never ever do any games for people that came into the table. It's not what I would do.
But it was funny. So I mean, you had a good joke about it, and then like I said, it was just interesting. I just liked the design of the poker room back then better. Yeah. Do you think it
was a better design than what it is now?
I do. I think it was better, but I mean, it's not up to me.
It is, isn't it? Dude, do you think it was busier back then? Was there more players?
It became busier. Definitely became busier, and it just seemed like there was a lot more rooms, and I mean, they weren't as high up, so you didn't have like the high end tables like we do now. But there was more of them. Yeah. So, I mean, I enjoyed it. I did.
And was it always like copper, bronze, silver, gold? Was it always named after the metals? Can you remember?
To be honest, I don't remember. So right. I remember copper. I think it was, but it's just like I said, that was a long time ago.
Yeah, sure. And obviously, over the years, you must have a huge friend list. Of all the people that have came and gone.
I have, and it's one of those things where, like I said, when I was under Praetorian, I was up there pretty good, and I had a whole bunch of friends lists, and then like I said, most of them just dropped out or disappeared or changed their names, and throughout time. Yeah,
people do move on, and obviously. Our platform is now up against the Quest platform, which we're getting. I don't know. They're saying that the Quest community is the same as our community, and it's not, because we can't play with them. They can play with us if they link up.
Yeah.
And our competitions are meant to be the same as their competitions. However, I noticed last night that they had a 20k Madness tournament. We don't have that.
No.
So how can they and how can they say that we're one community when they had the votes last week for green shirt and we were mixed up with Quest players? Yet they have their own tournament, so they need to sort it out. They need to we're either together or we're separate. One or the other. Anyway, that's what it is.
I agree with you.
Have you thought about moving over to the Quest or getting a Quest? Is that?
I've seriously thought about it. It's something I've pondered. I mean, just everything that's going on right now, and I've been busy. I just didn't want to spend the money on brand new Quest.
Yeah. So, how often are you on the game?
Here and there.
Yeah, you can pop in and out. It's in little spurts. And maybe that's to go with your work shift pattern. Maybe that's.
Unfortunately, that is the absolute truth of the matter.
Yeah.
Between work and just everything else, every once in a while, yeah.
And so, where would we find Danski playing? What tables is your favorite tables?
I like Gold 2. Gold 2 is one of the ones I like. I do go up to Platinum. I go up there, and it ticks you off because I double up on Gold. I double up on Gold easily, and usually I just go from there. But I go up to Platinum, and it's just like I always I get a good hand, like a straight, and then next thing you know, the person, it's you got it, you got to go, and then bam, they got a flush, and it's just like or you have a flush and they have a better flush.
Yeah, and all that hard work, the hours of playing the Gold, and it was gone in 2 minutes.
Gone.
Platinum.
Just poof. So
right. So before you found the VR and the Oculus gear or the Samsung gear, did you play poker live before?
I have. I played it with friends, family. I have played it in casinos. Yep. I hold my own. Let's put it that way. I'm not the best. I don't go out there and just brag about everything. No, I do okay.
But it's a social game. It's enjoyable as well as gambling. And I'd say I do enjoy the social side just as much as I do the competitive side of it. So what level are you on right now, Danski?
27, about to hit 28.
Right. Okay.
And I think I stay at the lower tables, and I probably would have been up to like 50 or 55 or whatever it is by now, by a long time ago. I just stay at the lower tables.
Yeah. So. There's no harm in that. Nothing at all. No. It means you're keeping it real. And we can always tell when you come on the tables, for some reason, the gear users, they come across as louder.
Yes.
We hear you louder, so we think, and there's this kind of presence. It's like Chaz. He's got this presence with his pointy tat, and he plays on the gear, and it's just a little bit louder. What about tournament play? Do you play tournaments?
I do. I do play tournament plays. It's one of those things where I like playing them. And I get into them. I just don't take them seriously. After a while, if I'm not doing well on it, I just say, okay, fine, just do something stupid.
Go for it. Yeah.
Bet on something.
Have you won a tournament before?
Yes.
Right. Okay. Good. That's good. Good. Right. So if I could be Dolores and give you any two cards that you wanted, what would you choose?
Well. Pocket aces is usually it's doom and gloom, or you're riding high on those. So it's but usually Cowboys get two kings, two queens.
So you like the high pair, high pocket.
I like the high pairs.
Yeah. Right. And do you have a strategy when you play? Would you say you were aggressive, or are you more of a caller, or does it just depend?
No, I'm a spider. I wait. It's one of those things where if I have a great hand. Yeah, I just try to see if I can wait, because I want them to have a great hand, and I want to see if I can just get them in. Now that backfires every once in a while.
Of course it does. Yes.
But it usually pays off better.
Okay.
If I have like kings, and I don't go like put in 15,000 right off the bat. I just I let it go. I let it slow play. Yeah, gently try to go in, and. Usually by that point, of course, the danger is get greedy.
You can get your fingers burnt at that. You know that.
Yes.
But then again, it's a good way to catch someone who's maybe got something which they think is good. Yeah. Right. So, as I said, because you've been on this from the very start, you must have a big circle of friends and loads of friends on your list. Is there players that you particularly like playing with?
I like playing with Ken Davis. I enjoy playing with him. Chaz, I just like how he plays. He just throws all in. He just usually 15,000. Right off the bat. Yeah. And I love playing against you. I'll be honest. You keep it entertaining, and
So, the table's always nuts. Yeah.
Rose CA. I like playing with her. I like playing with a lot of different people just because of the personality. I try to want to stay away from people who are talking politics or just
Shit.
get their panties in a bind over the stupidest crap.
Yeah.
Do
you want to name it?
Oh my. Well, there is one. I heard one person from New York absolutely hates me. So it's one of those things because
I wonder who that could be, but
I don't know. But you know what? You know what the kicker is?
Yeah.
I will purposely go to the table that person's on and just smile and be polite because you know what?
Yeah.
I'm just that kind of guy.
I love you. I think that's the way to be. I used to get really annoyed, frustrated, and angry at people, but now I can rise above it and laugh at them. I just laugh at them.
I'm going to mute you no matter what. Okay, great. That's fine. But you know what? I'm still going to stay there and I'm still going to play. And know, I don't care about your politics. I don't care if I have my opinion on something that differs from yours offends thee. Oh my.
The Would thee be offended? Well,
thee can be offended all they want. It's what? It's perfectly fine. I'm going to play poker, and when I take their chips, it's even more fun. And if they take my chips, so be it.
Yeah, and sometimes, Danski, the people don't realize that they are being really offensive to other people.
Yep.
They play with blinkers on, and they think whatever comes out their mouth, everyone should agree with. When a lot of the times it's not like that. So so you stay away from a bit of conflict, a bit of politics. You try and just avoid it.
I try to. Yeah, I try to.
Okay, cool. So you're not naming anyone. That's fine. I named my people, but it's fine. You don't have to. Right. And I had a question here. Any arguments? Well, obviously you've had an argument with the person.
So there's just. Well, the whole thing is. I mean, me and Ken Davis, we are on a completely different, opposite spectrum of politics, but you know what? I love talking to him.
Yes,
and we don't talk about it. We talk about poker, and that's why I get on this game because I don't want to talk about that garbage. I want to. Yeah.
And yet, you know the thing is, if you were to talk about politics with somebody like Ken, all right, he would give you a bit of a roasting, and sometimes he just doesn't listen. But the way he puts it across is, how could you be angry with somebody like that? He's just a lovely man.
You know what? And at the end of the day, I get on here because I want to play. I want to have fun. I want to have interesting conversations. And you know what? I don't want no arguments. I want to either win chips or lose chips and be happy about it. And that's it.
For sure. And life's too short as well.
Oh, yeah.
And I think I've had arguments and run-ins with some people, and I've just kind of said, okay, here's the olive branch. Let's move on, because we spend a lot of time on this game that we love. So why fall out with people? However, I did have an amnesty about 4 months ago with Emmy. I don't know if you've ever played with Emmy.
Oh no, I love Emmy. I talked to him.
Well, I had an amnesty with him because I fell out with him 4 months ago, and I'm calling him out. I don't even think he's on this, but I'm calling him out because yesterday he's back to his old ways. He took about 600 off the table and he came back in with 80, just right banking. Now, it's just
that's what he does, though. You pull an Emmy.
I know that. It's just the way he does it, and it just annoys me. And it got to a point yesterday where I left the table. Rick Bunn, he left the table as well. In fact, he went off because of him. And the whole table, Medusa left as well. The whole table left Emmy sitting, and they all went to another table. It's just, it grinds you down when they act like that.
I understand. Trust me. That's one of the things that I just laugh about because he's pulling an Emmy. I mean, what is he doing? He has 500,000 in chips and then he just disappears and comes back with 100. I mean, it's just he went to the bank. Why I don't know, but okay. And it's just one of those things you just say. I hope you lose your seat, and that's about it. So
well, anyway, so that he's a number one angry list now. He's I was calling him names, but he didn't speak back. And he wears these stupid goggles with the LED going around. Anyway, right. Let's talk about the app. Is there anything on the app that annoys you? Anything about the game that annoys you, as in the technicals?
As in the technicals, basically you get the same cards over. So let's say you got a 6-8, offsuit. I mean, in the next hand, you get the same set of cards. It's like, well, okay, what's why? You
So
have a
you think
repeat, a lot of repeat.
it's quite repetitive? Yeah. Is there anything else about
So.
the app that you think is pretty annoying? Mine one is the applause. Nobody ever mentions that, but the applause
The
really
applause,
gets in my
yeah.
tits.
The music sometimes it gets annoying. It's nice. Like
People playing music, as in people playing
yes,
music.
yes. Chaz plays music. VR. Police plays music. I mean, I like that. That's pretty good. Normally, some people. The one thing that does irritate me about the game, it's not the technical side, is when I hear people breathe. It's like that. Oh, you have a mute button. Hit your mute button. I mean, I get it sometimes. I just
There's
that
worse.
and chewing. Yeah.
And slurping coffee. Oh my
Yes.
god. Oh my god. Slurping coffee is the worst.
Oh, it's that's what kills me the most. You have these guys, and you put them on mute because you can't stand it, and then you come back 5 minutes later and they're still doing the same thing, and it's like, don't get me wrong, I understand, but then you hear it's like, oh, come on, man.
I know. Um, also, people having conversations out with the table, as in their heads back and going, "Hey, how are you? Could you get the door? Get the dog? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I find those actually I prefer those over anything else, because this way
Yes.
you're like, okay, you hear a little bit of their
real.
Life, and it's
real.
Yeah, it's real. Yeah. Yeah. You hear somebody calling somebody else an effing idiot, and it's like, ooh, what'd you do?
And there was one time with Cowboy KD, right? I think he's a character, Cowboy KD, and he was he was at the table playing, and he didn't realize he wasn't on mute, and he was talking to his wife, and he's going, "Hey, stop bouncing about the room." Oh, he was so embarrassed, but we heard him telling his wife to stop bouncing about the room. God knows, I can't picture the scene. No. I don't know what she was bouncing on or what she was doing. But anyway, Cowboy KD.
Good for him. Yeah.
Right. So, is there anything you would change about the app? If you were the developer, what would you change, or would you just leave it as it is because we're up and running?
Being able to vote people off the table, if to be honest.
You're not the first person that's come up with that one.
I mean, I have it's a double-edged sword, and let me explain why. Because I mean, if somebody's being extremely obnoxious or rude, I mean, like, let's say you get some kid that's on there. I mean, you got some kids talking smack, and I mean, kids are kids. But at the same time, it's one of those things where it's like, okay, listen, cut your garbage, be social, be happy. But if you're going to be, I've heard people use racial slurs. I've heard people, call women negative names or call each other negative names. And you know what? That's fine. We're adults. That's okay. But when you get some ignorant kid on there, or some really ignorant person, you should be able to say, okay, hey guys, you have 3 or 4 people, be able to do it, and then put it to a vote.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, but I think that would, I don't know. I am, my biggest pet hate is bullying, and I think that could get misused as bullying. It's like my example yesterday of Emmy. I said to her, I'm not playing me anymore. I went off the table. Now, I think everyone at the table came off the table as well, but I didn't invite anyone off the table. They just came off. Whereas if what you say was on board yesterday and we could vote him off the table, then we're really bullying him. And some people could.
I agree. Like I said, it's double-edged sword.
Some people could innocently get bullied and booted off. And that's not very good for your mental health either. All right, he's a banker, he banks chips. He'll find other people to play with. It's just at this particular moment, I really don't want to give him the opportunity to steal my chips or win my chips and bank them and not having a chance to win them back. But that'll probably change next week. I know what like I move on. And that's what a lot of people should do, is learn to move on. And I think you come across as being very level-headed round the tables, Danski, and I think you're on that same kind of page.
I like to set a limit, to be honest. I have a limit for the day. If I lose this amount, I'm done. I just call it quits.
Right.
I'm obviously having a bad day, or the luck is not running my way. So
Right.
if I mean, how many times have you seen me? Like I've lost a big pot, say 200,000-300,000.
Right.
Okay.
I've heard it. Yeah. You say right. I've done it. Yeah. So can you think? I call my poker play sessions. I might play in the morning. I might play afternoon. A couple of hours here and there. Every one of them times I come on is a session. So what would you say has been your biggest win that you can remember in a session?
2 million.
Wow, that's good. Good. And that was that up in platinum?
Yeah.
Yeah. 2 million.
So
That's
2 million.
good. It's good. And what about your biggest loss in a session?
Oof. 700,000.
Right. Okay. So that would have been painful. Does it get to you? Does the loss get to you?
Yeah. It's kind of hard not to every once in a while, but then you have to realize it's not real money. It's it's one of those things where it's chips in a game, and you can win it back. I mean, you get up to say 2 or 3 million in chips, and you lose 2.5, then you're at 500,000, and then you build yourself back up to 5 million. I mean, it's just it's a roller coaster.
Yeah,
so
maybe you'd think different if you had to buy chips. Maybe you'd have a different view on it.
I mean, it's one of those things where if people buy chips, good for them. I don't down anybody for doing that. I mean, it's a game.
No,
you're supporting. So I mean, at the same time, if you buy, let's say that 2 million in chips, that costs what? I don't know, 150, 160, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe that lasts you 3-4 months. Maybe you turn that 2 million into 10.
Well, and it's how much enjoyment you get out of spending that $150. What else would you do with it? Would you go to a football game, or would you go to the movies and spend it on popcorn? How much?
Buy more ammo.
Buy more ammo, yeah.
Buy more ammo.
So here's a question. This is a new question that I'm starting to ask everybody. And you're the first person that's going to be asked this, and it's a bit controversial because I've got a couple of things up my sleeve that I'm not planning, but just thinking about. Would you subscribe to a game like this? Pay a subscription. Wait for that before you give me the answer. I'm talking $3 a month. And if I said to you, for $3 a month, I guarantee you'll get X amount of chips every month. No matter what, no matter if you're winning or if you're losing, but to keep the game going, $3 a month, would you subscribe?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
That's a good answer. I'm just as a yes, and I'll.
Yeah, I would do that, honestly. I mean, if you're getting chips, I mean, even if you bust out, you're still getting 1,000, or was it 3,000 chips a day, potentially, because it's 1,000, per round or whatever it is. But
it's just like Poker Stars. You spin the wheel if you play on the west side with Poker Stars. They have a wheel that you can spin every 8 hours, and you get chips. I don't like it. I personally don't like it. However, I was just wondering if everybody subscribed $3 a month. It's not even a coffee.
No.
No. And if you're guaranteed, say, well, okay, I'll guarantee you'll get 50,000 chips every month, no matter what. Guarantee you'll get that. Then I think that's.
The downside of that is if they raised it from $3 to say to $5, which you think $2 is not a big deal, then you'd watch everybody cry like babies because, oh my God, you're the reason. Yeah. But that's the only downside of that prospect. Personally, I agree with you. I would pay the $3 a month if it gave me 50,000 in chips every month.
Yeah.
And
as long as you get something for it. Yeah.
Something. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Well, that was the last question because that's my new question I'm going to ask everybody because I don't know what I'm doing. Well, I do know what. I don't know if it's going to happen or not. Is there anything you'd like to see happen with the round table, or what's your feeling on that? How do you think that's going?
Actually, I'm thinking it's doing really good. I mean, I'm happy I was able to get on here finally. I was happy to show my face behind the voice. So, I mean, it's one of those things. I'm glad I was able to do this today. Yeah, good. I think everything. I think it's just everything is just growing so good.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure to have you on. And of course, there's a happy winner. That's Yuri from Tel Aviv in Israel, and he's won himself a hoodie, a round table player. So he's an official round table player. He won the hoodie for the Silver Rush. and it was the admin. It was myself, Cherie, and Cindy. That out our own pocket we paid for things like that. So we just want to bring people together and be happy around the table.
And thank you for that. I mean,
yeah, no, it's I just think there's more to our game than just a game. That's why we've got this page doing the Pokeroo, and to have you guys come on and get a real insight to your life and how you approach people, how you approach the game is fantastic. So thank you.
I agree, and I'm glad to be here, and thank you for having me. It's one of those things where I really did look forward to this for a while. So good.
No, you've done a great job, and the thing is, you didn't need any mouth organs. You didn't need to fly a plane, although you did show us your shooter.
Yeah, I did, and that's just one of many. I know it's just one. I'm to be honest, Mr. Second Amendment. If I'd pull out my M14 and then a few others, and then just be like, "Oh crap!"
That's what I think we should do. We should have a Pokeroo one week where you all bring your guns and show your guns. Right. I'm away now. I'm going to play a game of poker around the table. So are you coming on later on, or are you going to be?
Yes, I'll be on later on today. So
have you ever played the Millionaires tournament? Have you ever done that?
Oh yes, I played it one time, and I just got kicked out just before I could place. So normally, whenever I play tournaments, I do place, but in that case, I was just like crap.
I think I've played it 3 times. My highest place in 7th, so I never got to the final table. But it's a different game. Millionaires it's a big stake though, 400,000. Wow. Yeah. Why could they not have a medium-sized tournament like a 200k one and put 2 million chips up as a prize? 200k's. That's okay.
It's a little bit more doable. Yeah.
Yeah, but 400. Wow.
Let's put it this way. I did it because I was just like, well, I never played it before. I'll just go do it.
I know. But I think that's why you find the play on it is a bit more reserved. It's a bit more real.
No, I watch people do the stupidest stuff on it. I'm like, what are you doing?
Wow.
They're betting so much, and they have like a 9-2 offsuit. I'm like, why? Why are you betting that? Why? You stupid. What are you doing? And it's like,
I know.
But their money, their chips.
Cool. Right. I'm going to go around the tables now. Thanks very much, Danski, for coming on. It's been a while. We've been coaching you to get you on. I'm glad you accepted it. And other people watching that haven't been on, get on here. It's easy. Tell them, Danski, how easy it is.
It's very easy to get on here. My only holdup was time and work and everything else, but I am so happy I was here. I'm glad I was able to do this, and trust me, that it's definitely worth it.
Good stuff. Right, Danski, we'll see you around the tables. Thanks very much, my friend.
Yep.
Cheers, buddy. Bye-bye. There we go. That was our Danski. Danski, yeah, what a great guy. And interesting. Oh, he's back. Hello.
Hello.
See you later. I don't know what I'm doing. Get back again. That was brilliant. Yeah, what a lovely guy. Yeah, and great to hear his view on poker and being one of the original players as well. So thanks for everybody watching this week, and we'll see you around the tables. Next Sunday, it's our open... next Sunday is our open mic. Open mic next Sunday. And that's where everybody gets a chance to come on together as our community gets together. You all come on and you all talk a lot of shite to each other. I'm looking for someone that would like to host and be the compere for next Sunday. I know Ken Davis done it one week and he done a great job. So even if Ken wants to do it, again, you can. Or if anyone else, Sassel, you could step up to the plate and maybe host the Pokeroo open mic next Sunday. And I'll just sit back and let you all talk. I'll do the technicals. So have a nice week round the tables. Don't forget, the Jackass is the quest. Hopefully you can all get that and bring in those 100,000 chips. And don't forget to put your photograph up of your spring garden. Strange at poker table. Anyway, love you all. See you all after. Bye-bye.